Hey guys, it's Tom back with Revin TV out here at the F100 Super Nationals in Sevierville. Just wandering around the grounds looking at some cool trucks. We got a little bit of everything. You know, we've got this nice fully restored original redo here. We've got chassis laying around. You know, there's parts and vendors all over the place, but we always seem to find something a little more interesting than the normal, and this 72 F100 is no exception, other than the exceptional amount of work that's been going on under the hood. So let's go talk to our owner and builder, John, and see what else we can get going about this truck. How you doing, John?
Good, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Pleasure to have you on here with us.
Nice to see you guys.
Tell us a little bit about this truck.
We built this truck in, we started it in 17 and finished it in the spring of 19. It's a 1972 F100 short bed. The truck itself came out of California, ended up in Michigan, and bought it from a gentleman up there that had moved it up there and didn't know what to do with it. It was a little different. It was just pretty rough at the time. Yeah. So got it home and stripped it down and ordered a roadster shop chassis. Okay. Decided we wanted to go with a twin-turbo Coyote. So,
yeah, you certainly did.
Chris Holbrook up at Holbrook Engineering built the long block, and Bryn Speed gave us the assembly and tune on it. We run a Hellion twin-turbo kit. Hellion's, the motor's good for 1,500 horse, and the Hellion package is good for about 12. And Bryn Speed, we tuned it for 600 at the rear wheels. We could go up to 1,000. Yeah. We did it once, but backed it off to 600 just for drivability.
Get a little too crazy there. Yeah, I'd say 600 gets down the road pretty good.
We did some interesting stuff in the fact that we, the first thing when you open the hood on a F100, you've got this massive core support that sticks up there. Right. And when I build a car, I've built quite a few cars over the years, I want the engine compartment to frame the engine, and with the core support there to hit it. So we lowered the radiator, flattened it off, did all the sheet metal work, inner fender panels, and then you notice the bumper's got 4 holes in it. That's an air passage with a belly pan that feeds up to the intercooler.
Oh, okay, so it's got directional airflow.
And then the Hellion twin turbo, Bryn Speed tuned, did all the ignition tuning and stuff. We built the wire covers so that you didn't have wires sticking out everywhere.
And matched to the paint, they look gorgeous.
This is a Brett Parker from Malin Alley Wings built a carbon fiber hood, so we just put that on this year.
Wow, I bet that took off quite a few pounds.
Yeah, the original hood weighed 140 pounds. This one weighs 40.
Wow. That's incredible.
So
that's a big savings right there.
And then there's about 19 body modifications we made to the truck. If you notice, the grill is off a 69. It was a 69 steel grill, and we cut it apart and reshaped it to give it a more modern look.
Right. It looks like nothing else out here. I mean, I've seen a lot of the mid 70s, early 70s F100s out here, but nothing quite like this. Yeah. It's definitely an attention getter.
And then with the roadster shop chassis, we had to raise the bed floor 3.5 inches. So, but I wanted the bed floor to look standard, you know, kind of stock.
Right.
So what we did is we put the stock bed floor in it, but we carried it all the way out to the edge of the bed instead of the standard Ford stops right in there and it's flat metal.
Right.
Then we did 1.5 time tubs so that we had room for the tires and wheels.
So it's not crazy, but it's definitely a little more room for the tires.
A little more room for the tires.
But it doesn't jump out at you. You wouldn't say, oh, this thing's been tubbed if you just walked up on it. But
and then we boxed in the rear.
Smoothed it all out. I like that. It's very
And then the fuel tank was a Rick's tank fuel tank. It sits under the frame rails. And then to get to it, you lower the tailgate, and there's a fill tube right behind the. You can just see it in the down in there.
Okay. See it right between
so it keeps everything hidden and out of sight.
Right, that is nice.
And then wheels are forged line. They're 20 by 13s on the rear and 19 by 9s on the front. Runs a Nitto 555, 310, 35, 20 on the back, and I think we're running a 245, 255, 430 519 on the front.
Should have plenty of traction for that 600 horse.
And on the interior, Steve Holcomb from Pro Auto Customs did the interior, but we modified some things. I'll put the light on here for you.
Oh, very nice.
And he does some really cool stuff with backlighting.
That is great. Yeah, we hear his name a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of satisfied customers out there.
And then
does great work.
we're running a 4R70W, so we run PCS controller and I run the PCS push button shifter.
Okay.
And if you notice on the dash, instead of the stock Ford dash, that's a 64 Falcon instrument cluster. Dakota digital gauges.
Okay.
That way
Very
everything
nice.
Interfaced.
But it's comfortable.
Pardon?
It looks comfortable. I
Yeah,
bet it's a pleasure to ride in.
It's kind of like driving a really high-powered go-kart because
Right,
the
it's a little stiff.
suspension's a little stiff. And then when we did the gauges, we backlit all the gauges in blue.
Very nice.
You can see the shifter.
Well, it looks flawless. I mean, very well done. So, you said you got it from somebody that didn't really know what they were going to do with it. I see that wasn't a problem for you.
Doing it yourself, you can save a lot of money and you can put stuff into it that you don't normally, guys, you just kind of run out of cash sometimes. But this one, I did so much of the labor myself that I was able to do some little things with it.
Well, I'll say you've built a heck of a truck.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Beautiful machine.
Had a lot of fun with it. It's done really well. We built it at my shop in Indiana and got invited to SEMA and went out to SEMA and won the Ford Design Award. And then Street Truck Magazine and Chip Boost TV picked it in 19 as top 10 trucks at SEMA.
Wow.
So that was
Congratulations on that.
That
must have been a
relief. That was a thrill, no question about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, John. This
Thanks
is a
for
beautiful
coming
truck.
around, guys.
Glad to have you out here. Well, guys, we're going to head out and see what else we might be able to find. So stick around.